Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Youthman. Monolith recently announced they've got a 13-inch and a 16-inch subwoofer coming to market in the next week or so. And so today for this video, we've got an unboxing and overview of the brand new Monolith 13-inch subwoofer. Now, the 13 and 16-inch subwoofer are pretty much targeted at SVS's PB3000 and PB16 Ultra, so I'm curious to see how the 13-inch kind of measures up with the PB3000 that I reviewed several months ago. Now, if this is the first time that we're meeting, my name is Michael Stevens with Youthman Reviews. I make weekly content on home theater tips, tours, as well as reviews, so if that interests you, make sure you're subscribed. So enough talking, let's get to unboxing. Now, this is a massive subwoofer, guys. This weighs about 153 pounds, and so you're probably gonna need some help getting it into your space by yourself, but I've unboxed quite a few heavy subwoofers by myself, so it shouldn't be a problem. So I always recommend turning it upside down, opening the bottom, and that'll just keep us from having to flip it twice. So it looks like we've got a double box in here, so that's good. And I think just to make it easy, we'll go ahead and unbox both of them at the same time. And that'll just save us from having to unbox and then unbox. All right, so basically I'm gonna lift this up, fold this flap under, fold all these flaps back, and we can just lean it back. Just take my knee and kind of put it under it to keep it from falling out. And there we go, let's get this unboxed. Included in the box is a 2-prong IEC power cable, as well as a pair of white gloves. And as you can see, the subwoofer is enclosed in this black fabric. Now, one thing I do notice is the black fabric apparently just really attracts all kinds of stuff, because we've got tons of dust particles here, as well as some little cat hairs, I'm guessing. Not quite the greatest presentation for the unboxing, but it is what it is. And over on this side, we have the speaker grill, and it's also covered in this cloth fabric. So if we remove this, take a look at the back side. So it's a really thick grill. Then on the front, the edges here are angled, so I like that, with some rounded corners. And then down here at the bottom, we've got the Monolith THX logo. All right, so here comes the fun part. If you're doing this by yourself, my recommendation is to lean this over on its side. You definitely don't want to lean it on the front, because that's where the subwoofer is. You don't want to lean it on the back, because that's where the amp plate is, and you could damage something, being the fact that this is about 153 pounds. So we're just going to grab it from the bottom, slowly lean it over here. Now it's going to want to, there we go, just like that. I'm just going to reach under here, slide that off, and lay it off to the side. So back here, we just got some string. We'll unwind it. Open it up. And then you just want to kind of get it started. Ooh, I like that finish. That is really cool. All right, just like that. And then we'll tip it back up. This bad boy is heavy. Just like that. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a first look at the Monolith 13-inch subwoofer. Oh yeah. All right, so first impressions looking at this, I love the way it looks. Now, this is a matte black finish. Now, what I did find out is this finish is really a prototype, so they don't offer this yet. That was another reason why the bag had dust all over and probably cat hair or some kind of hair, because this actually came from an engineer. So this is a prototype model. So the finished product that's coming out in like another week will either be like a wood grain finish, and then next year they'll introduce a piano black I think like the first quarter of next year. But if enough of you guys like this matte black finish, they will consider making that. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely let us know down in the comments below. Now, when I had my PB16s, they actually measured 15.5 inches from the outer surround to the outer surround. So I'm curious to see if this Monolith 13 is going to measure short of 13 inches. We'll take a tape measure and we're looking at right at 13.75 inches. Now there's 3 different modes that you can run the Monolith 13 in. Right now it's in sealed, so we've got 3 port plugs down here. We can remove 2 of these and run it in a semi-vented form, and then we can remove the 3rd one if we want to have it fully vented. And later on this week, I'll be sharing with you some measurements taken with all 3 of these different modes. Looking at the rear of the unit, we have a massive 2,000 watt continuous, 3,800 watt peak DSP controlled amplifier. Up at the top left of the amplifier, we have our adjustment for crossover if you want to use the amplifier's internal crossover. So that can vary anywhere from 40 Hertz all the way up to 160 Hertz. Next to that, we have a variable phase adjustment from 0 to 180, and also a knob for your level, or some people refer to it as your gain. There are various settings here. We've got THX. There are various settings here. At the bottom, you can see THX reference level. We've got -20 dB all the way up to +15 dB. To the right of that are 3 switches that allow you to turn on and off the crossover, select between 2 EQ settings from extended to THX, and whether you want the unit to automatically power on or just to continuously stay on. Then over to the far right is your power indicator. The Monolith 13 is THX Ultra certified, which means it's designed for large rooms up to 3,000 cubic feet in size. And down at the bottom, we have unbalanced RCA inputs, 1 XLR input, as well as an XLR output that allows you to daisy chain this subwoofer to another, our 2-prong IEC power port, as well as the master on and off switch. The Monolith 13 measures 23.8 inches high by 20.3 inches wide by 29.1 inches deep and weighs 153.2 pounds. And for those of you who do not like to have your subwoofers naked, there's always the magnetic subwoofer grill. Now make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because later this week I'll be providing my full review of the Monolith 13. We'll be taking some measurements in the different port modes as well as the different EQ settings, and then I'll also share with you how I feel that it performs in my dedicated theater room. Now I have links to both the Monolith 13 and the Monolith 16 down in the description below, so be sure to check those out. And as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll catch you in the next video.